What's good, fam? Oh yeah, oh yeah. What's going on? Alright, let's get to it. What's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-Jay. And yes, we are back for another episode of VACAY-JTV and Friends. Thank you all for coming out today. Appreciate y'all for watching. Definitely do me a favor, hit that like button. Definitely hit that share button. Let everybody know you are here with VACAY-Jay and Friends. And we about to get into this, fam. We got a lot to talk about, a little bit of time. Let me do some shout outs real quick before I bring on my panelists. What's going on, Daria? How you doing? What's good, DeMarcus Vaughn? What's good, my brother? What's good? Good to see everybody coming through today, fam. Let's get into it. Let me bring up my squad. Let me bring up the friends of VACAY-JTV and Friends. That's right. Here we go. Let's make it happen. What's good? What's going on, Tika Deshawn? What's going on, Nikki on the beat? What's happening?
What's good, y'all? What's going on? What's good, everybody in the chat? Everything is good.
What's
Absolutely.
good? Got Nico Baby Bear over here acting up, but yeah, what's good? What's good?
What's going on, family? I see you, young Duda. Young Duda in the building. What's good? Again, drop them fire emojis. You know what it is, fam. We got a lot to talk about. We gonna get into what we need to get into right away. Okay, right away. So much news, so much going on. A crazy weekend, fam. And we're definitely here to talk about the shot. But before we do that, you already know we are about to get into the current events, right? Let's talk about the current events, fam. Listen, a lot went on in the past week. I mean, last time we was on, Tika, it was me and you. We was doing the final predictions, right, for episode 4. But a lot went on, family. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get right into it. Where do I start? Well, off the top, make sure you are tuned in, because the shy's getting good and getting gooder and gooder. So after this, make sure you watch that What's Next, okay? What's Next for episode 5. It's prime time, okay? So get ready for that, all right? Absolutely. And make sure you look out for the Grown Man Talk. That's about to happen too. I'm putting some, very, very respectful brothers together, and we're going to have that Grown Man Talk. Definitely inspired by what happened in episode 4 in the shot. Definitely inspired by that. So make sure you check that out when I drop it and everything else like that. Okay, where do we start? All right, in the news, current events, we've been seeing this thing go around. We've been seeing, Uncle Steve, man. Uncle Steve is going through it, right? Uncle Steve the other day, I think he got somebody after him. I really do think that he got somebody after him. And hold on one second. Let me get this thing down. Uncle Steve Harvey, that's who I'm talking about. Uncle Steve Harvey is he's under attack. I'm gonna just say that. He's under attack. And man, I don't even know where to start. Oh, man. Okay, we got other pictures popping up here. So yeah, Uncle Steve Harvey is under attack, and they saying that him and his wife, you know, is cheating on him with some bodyguard and all of this and that. And it's like totally, you know, I don't know if it's true or not. Did y'all hear about that?
I heard about it.
You heard about it. Okay. You heard about it.
I've definitely heard about it.
Yeah, so he's under attack, you know, and I don't know what's going on, but it seems to be false because Marjorie Harvey went online and she's talking about, nah, it's not true. And she's reading a book that's talking about, you know, how to handle people that lie about you and all of this and that. I mean, she's going in and letting people know what's going on, that they don't really address all the foolishness that's happening, right? So it doesn't seem to be true because she went on, you know, her IG, but also Uncle Steve, he was talking about it, right? So I want y'all to hear exactly what Steve said. I think he was at some type of show. And let's listen to exactly what Uncle Steve said about this whole incident, all right?
Before I get started, just let me say, I'm fine. Marjorie fine. I don't know what y'all doing. We'll find something else to do. Because we fine. Lord have mercy. Man, I sure wish I could cuss, though. You know, sometimes you just want to respond, but I ain't got no time for rumor and gossip, man. God is good to me. I'm still shining.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? You know, people talking whole lot of mess over there, man. They just creating all types of stuff. So, you know, it reminds me of shout out to Kev on Stage, the award-winning comedian, because he was online. He was talking about the whole Kiki thing, right? But he had something to say just in general about just people, you know, taking a picture and then putting like bold letters on top, like this happened, that happened, and it's totally fake news. Let's see what Kev on Stage had to say about
People
that.
of the world, we have got to stop believing stuff just because there's big font over a picture. I saw this graphic a million times. Just because it's big font in a picture, people believe that. Look at all these tweets. People are like, what? What I hear? Anybody can make this. Anybody can put big font on a graphic. That don't make it true.
It's true. I mean, that's real. That's real right there. What's your reaction to that right there, Tika?
Listen, I mean, all I can say is every rumor has some shape, form, or fashion of truth to it. I'm hoping that it's not true. I mean, they appear to be an amazing couple together, but we personally don't know what truly goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So the people out there that are, you know, spreading rumors, cut it out. But you know, maybe, just maybe something happened, not recently, but something happened in the past where it was revisited, it was brought up, talked about. And so now it's like, okay, we built this reputation of being America's top couple, and we have to smooth it out, because this would mess up my credibility as a writer, as a motivational speaker, as Steve Harvey himself. So, I mean, I'm hoping that the rumors aren't true, but you know,
you never
God
know.
bless him.
Right. You never know. Nikki, any words of advice to Uncle Steve? Anything? Response?
You know, like my nanny used to always say, sometimes where there's smoke, there is a little bit of fire. So you never know. I mean, we're not with them behind closed doors, but like you said, credibility is everything, because that's their whole empire right now is being a couple. And, you know, his books, his movies, things like that, you know, all of that goes up in smoke if this goes up in smoke. So, I mean, I don't want to believe it, but where there's smoke, there's always a little bit of fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we praying for him. Family, drop your comments below. I want to know what you think about this whole situation. Some people believe it, some people don't. But listen, Marjorie said nah. Steve said nah. You know, and yeah, y'all might be right. They might just be, you know, trying to hold up their, reputation. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. By the way, again, I have to say this disclaimer. I got to do a video and just play the video. The thoughts and views of the individuals are individual thoughts and views. They don't necessarily represent the thoughts and views of the channel. All right. Okay, cool. We got that out of the way. All right. So let's move on. Listen, we got about 4 more days till Power Book 4 Force is coming back. I know we all excited about it. From what I hear, that first episode is giving us OG Power vibes. That's what I'm hearing. So if that's the case, and people just like, yo, I saw it, it's crazy, it's hot, they must have seen a screening or whatever. People are excited about Force. Are you excited about Force? That's what I want to know. Are you both? I mean, I see it in Nikki's face. I see it. I mean, everybody's excited about Force. This is going to be something. But in other news, just broke today. Hold on, I gotta move some things around. Just broke today, family. Today, to this day, just broke today, man. Listen, this is one of my favorite books. And that's right, Power Book 3. That's right, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. We just got this promo right here. Yeah, it is dropping on December 1st. So we're excited about that. I'm excited about that. I mean, they just dropped it out of nowhere. Like we know that they're coming back. And they dropped some picks as well. I mean, I'm excited. This is one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite books because this was the first Power Book that I actually started to cover and do recaps for and all of this and that. So I did drop a video on that. So definitely, family, check that out. But I'm excited. Are you guys excited about Raising Kanan as well?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Raising Kanan returning as well. Because I've been having a little issue with Rock. Anyway, Raquel, I've been having a problem with her. She's not Mom of the Year. So she has gotten herself in a little bit of trouble. Looking at some of the images, she appears to be a little banged up. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everything unfolds within Raising Kanan. And then I want to see what Kanan's going to actually do. Because I think this is going to build him even more.
Yeah, Nikki on the beat. Your excitement level. Talk to me.
I'm super excited, especially for my Broadway sister, Fatina. She's amazing. Amazing. Let me preface that. Hold on. Tony Award winning Patina. Okay. Tony Award winning. She was the lead in what was it? Just slipped my mind. Bob Fosse musical. But she played the main player, the lead role. But she's Tony Award winning, amazing. So the fact that she's got such depth, such range, I want to see Kanan's story unfold even more because this is like the prequel to finding out why Kanan turned out, how he turned out. So I like it because it's gritty. I know some people in the beginning were like, "Oh, it's kind of a slow moving train." I didn't feel like that because we had this, the story had to be set up first. We couldn't just like jump in and give you original power. We had to give you the original story to lead up to what's next and what happened, what we saw on Power. So I love it. I love this story. It's gritty. I always love a nostalgic piece anyway. So
yeah, I love it because it's taking place in the 80s and the 90s. That's when your boy was coming up, you know what I'm saying? Producing music, DJing and all of that. And, the gear, the outfits, the swag, the everything. It just takes me back to flat tops, you know what I mean? Like all of that. And then at the same time, it's like, I didn't feel like it was going slow, raising Kanan. I didn't feel like it was going slow at all. I mean, come on, like out the gate, Kanan gets beat up and his mama says, you better go back and beat that boy up. And then puts the batteries in the sock and, you know what I'm saying? That was enough action for me to be like, yo, I'm locked in. So I'm excited for it. You can hear my video. Check out my video. You can hear my video. I'm super over the moon, ready for Raising Kanan. All right. One last piece. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jay. It was just dope how they dropped it though. Like here you go with Kanan, here you go with Mama Rock, and bam, September, the date, December 1st. There it is.
Simple.
So I loved that promotion. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Right. I mean, it wasn't even like 30 seconds. It was just like,
It
boom,
didn't need
we
to be.
coming.
It didn't need to be. We said what we said. Drop the mic.
Yeah, yeah. So they dropped that video. They dropped the pics. I was like, yo, let's go. Yo, I was hyped, super hyped, still up. All right, last piece of information, last piece of current event. Your boy had an incredible weekend. You know, I was blessed to be, you know, gifted with a concert ticket to, you know, someone who came to the town here in Vegas and pretty much blew up the spot. Yeah, I actually was gifted, and shout out to the doc, you know, one of our channel contributors, and I was gifted to go see, that's right, Beyonce for real. And you know, I didn't really, you know, I didn't really listen to a lot of her music recently. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to so many other things, you know, old school hip hop that you see in my background, or, you know, whatever the case is, some new artists or whatever. But this wasn't a concert to me. This was like an experience. Like, it never stopped. I mean, the artwork, they had this big, like you see right there in that picture, they had this big, huge LED, had to be a multi-million-dollar LED screen right on the stage. And you see your boy up in there, you know, I'm having a good time. You know, we having a good old time. You see that screen right there. It was crazy. The dancers did their thing. The whole crew did their thing. It was a multi-million-dollar production. Yeah, your boy was having a pretty good time. You know what I'm saying? I was out there just chilling, you know, had a little adult beverage. And yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. And Beyonce did her thing. And shout out to, you know, Nikki, your homegirl was on tour. You could shout her out real quick.
That's one of my baby dancers. She was originally from Motor City Dance Factory. She started off with me and a few other teachers, but I'm definitely part of her village. I had a great hand in her. Her name is Trinity Sanders. This is actually her first professional job ever.
Wow.
First project. Wow. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Right. She's an amazing. She's a hard worker. She grinds, and I love her. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, the whole production was just incredible. Like the stadium was filled from top to bottom. Every seat was filled. I was like, yo, the only two solo artists right now that's out. And shout out to everybody, you know, that's performing, you know, Hip Hop 50, all the, you know, OGs in hip hop right now. But solo acts that's selling out stadiums, 50 Cent and Beyonce is killing it right now. So shout out to them. All right, family, let's get to it. Are y'all ready to talk about the Shy? Y'all ready to go into the Shy? Y'all ready to go in this episode 4? Lot went on in episode 4. So, of course, we're going to start out with the rating, fam. We're going to start out with the rating. What do you rate episode 4? Drop it in the comments below. Let us know what your rating is. We'll start with Tika Deshawn. What is your rating for episode 4?
I thought episode 4, I gave it a 8.5 this time around. I still loved it. I love the energy. I love the kids gathering together, having their little powwow. Everybody, you know, I love the whole energy of the show. It just gave me a 8.5.
Okay. And Nikki, what's your rating?
Yeah, I gave it about an 8. It's moving along. I'm loving Iman's character unfold. I'm loving Iman as Rob. He is giving us some range, some grit. He's definitely, like I said before, remember I said he was a thinker, and he's gonna see what's going on, and he's gonna see all the layers together, and he's gonna figure it out. But everything going on right now, I definitely give it an 8. I'll push to an 8.5, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a cool 8. You know, it wasn't a lot of action, but it was a lot of information. It was a lot of good information. It was a lot of setups as well. Again, another setup episode. But again, like I mentioned before, we going back and forth. We'll do like, let's talk about this, but then let's go to the 420 episode. Like we gonna talk about the weed here, and then we're gonna go talk about somebody else, and then we're gonna go back to the weed. It's like going back and forth with this thing. I don't know what I think Lena Waithe is trying to tell us something, like, you know, like I don't know what it is, but it has something to do with the hashish. Okay, something to do with the hashish. So yeah, I give it a cool 8. There was a lot going on in this. The Papa was doing a lot. Papa was doing a heck of a lot in this one right here. So again, let's talk about what stood out to you. What stood out to you watching it? What was like the good and the bad for you? Tika, I will start with you. What was the good and bad about episode 4 for you?
The good, I mean, everything was good to me. I'm non-biased at this point. Like I'm loving every single moment that they're giving us.
Yeah.
But the best, I would say, again, I love that those youngsters were together and they were communicating, and even though they didn't all agree on everything, they still were able to gather, have fun. Nobody got into a fight.
Right.
I love that part about it. Now, I'll say the bad.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see Tracy and Jamal yet. Like, I'm ready for them to just get in just a little bit. Even a hug, a pat on the shoulder, something. I want to see more of that interaction. Oh, and the best. I'm sorry, I need to retract. The best was absolutely hands down, no matter what, the men having that conversation. That was the best. That was a much needed, a necessary conversation, mental health. I loved it. So I take that back. That was the best.
Got you. Absolutely. Nikki, what was the stuff, what was the scenes that stood out to you? What would you say is the good, the bad,
Definitely. Yeah, I was a little upset about not seeing Tracy and Jamal. I wanted to see that. I did. I want a little heat with that. Just a little taste, a little appetizer with that of what's to come. Because we're ready to sink our teeth into that whole storyline. We see it coming. We see, we feel the tension, the sexual energy. We want to see it. But definitely a lot of information. I loved when Darnell really kind of got in his son's tail and was like, he was like, I don't need your permission. He's like, but you still need my protection.
Yeah.
So, a lot of information. Remember, I said a lot of foreshadowing. It's all starting to unfold now.
Okay. So yeah, let's go to that party real quick. Let's go back to the party, what you was talking about, Tika. At this party, family, drop your comments below. At this party, they was playing the games. It was girls against guys. Papa already made his move, already requested Anita Baker at the bowling rink. He got his little smooch on, got a little kiss, and Papa was kind of, feeling the whole thing, you know what I mean? But Papa kind of rushing because he's like, my girl. And she's like, I'm not your girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just had a little peck. Like, I ain't your girl. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. But it was guys against girls. And, also, Maisha kind of took a stab too. It was like, tell your girl to step up. Right? And I was like, come on, Maisha. Why you even got to go there? You know what I mean? Like, and then even Kevin kind of almost fumbled the ball there. You know what I'm saying? Because she was like, yeah, y'all cheating. And what'd he say? He said, I never cheat on you. And they're like, what? Like, bruh, like, what are you talking about? He's like, nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on in this party. I did like their interaction. Jim is trying to keep the peace. Even though she had a little fight with Maisha, right? I don't think this whole Maisha and Gemma management is going to last. Because it seems like Gemma is listening to the people, right? They're like, yeah, Maisha's cool. She ain't dope. She aight, and she's under the clock. Let's talk about that real quick. Gemma's under the clock, right? Papa is like, listen, you got to graduate. Like, you got to make this happen before you graduate now, not by the end of the year. So I'm going to start with Nikki. Nikki on the beat. What are your thoughts about Gemma and her being under the gun and putting pressure on Maisha?
Well, she's under the gun for a reason. I mean, what her father said is true. You and I both know from being in the music industry, time is money. You don't have, especially for who I working for, being under LL and being under Warner Brothers, get in that studio, get that song done. Don't be taking 2, 3, 4, 5 days on a song, get it in and get it done first night, couple hours, let's go. Because time is money. He's putting her in that real sense in the real world. You want to be a manager? Buck up and be the manager. You have deadlines. Everybody has deadlines in the real world. And that's what it is. So she can't really be upset about that. Now, the thing about it is, like Maisha said, I can still go to school. I can still go to college. That's my backup plan. Gemma, I don't really think has a backup plan anymore.
Mm,
You know, she's been brought up a certain way to follow a certain path, to follow a certain structure, the end goal being probably Ivy League school or something like that, and then getting a good job. And she's kind of gone off the beaten path. But
mm.
you and I both know the industry waits for no one. Time is
No
money.
way.
Hey, this is what you
Right.
chose. Buck up and be the manager.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't think it's gonna last, Tika. I don't think it's, you know, it's just too much friction. They still didn't address the whole Gemma catching Maisha with Kevin in the dressing room. You know, that still hasn't been addressed, but there is friction, right?
Right. But I don't think that I don't think that Gemma is asking too much of Maisha. Like, just write a new song. Like, figure it out. Come up with a new song. Give me something to promote for you. I can't manage you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as an artist. And so I've never been in the entertainment industry like that, but just a person looking on the outside in, there's a two-part to this. All Gemma needs is for Maisha to just keep cranking out the music, doing whatever, if it's social media, whatever it is, to help promote herself. But I think Gemma has gone above and beyond already, considering the fact that she literally took a portion of her college fund to try to help this girl. So yeah, there may be friction between the two because of the look at Kevin in the dressing room. But at the end of the day, business is business. Then also we did see Gemma make a wrong move, take a little change from off the top of that money that she gave from that performance. But at the end of the day, it's a two-way street. They both need to figure out how they are going to actually work together or just part ways and let somebody else manage Maisha. But again, Gemma is on the timeline. So and like you said, you don't think she has a backup plan? I don't think she has a backup plan either. I think she was banking on this whole Maisha thing, like literally going to the top, and both of them be rich and famous, quote unquote, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's every artist's dream, right? Like, yeah, we about to do it. You know what I'm saying? I got this one song, this one hit is going to take us to the top. All you need is one joint. That's shit. You know what I'm saying? Be a one-hit wonder. Boom, you blow up.
One banger.
That's it, right? That's most people's thought pattern, right? Is to be like, yo, if I just get that one hit, then I'm straight. Then the rest of my album can suck, right? No, no, not at all.
But see, you still got to come out with more heat after that, and then more heat.
That's right.
Has to keep going. You have to keep evolving and developing. You can't just be that one hit wonder if you expect to have longevity and last.
That's right. That's right. So while y'all talking about Tracy, and we did see Tracy, which y'all fast asses talking about trying to get with your mom. She was in the church. Good for you, Tracy. Get your life together with God. But on the other side of town, y'all skipped over the beginning of this episode where the evil one was getting his rocks off with this lady Bianca. Come on, let's talk about it. You know, the girl from Girlfriends. I know Tika gonna tell me her real name, but yeah, I mean, they getting it popping in that shower. I mean, yo, dude, he ain't tripping. Like, you want to block me? Okay, well, listen, I got Rosalind and I got Bianca. You know what I'm saying? I could always get this popping off. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that real quick. What was your reaction to this with Duda and Bianca? We'll start with Tika Deshawn.
Listen, the very first thing I said when I saw her on the screen, I started singing her old TV show, My Girlfriend. Okay, that's all I could think of, because she was that bougie, uptight kind of chick in Girlfriends. Jill Marie Jones is her name. She was that bougie, uptight chick. But now we see her partaking in 420 and probably, I mean, getting it in, you know, pretty much talking to Duda, one of the demons on the show.
Right.
So what else is there? I'm looking forward to seeing what else is there of her. Is she just one of his side chicks, or is she someone who's gonna be there for the long run? I was truly excited just to see her on the screen again.
Yeah, yeah, Nikki, your thoughts of Bianca? Is she going to last? She going to be around? Is this a one-time gig? What's going on?
Say she was a juicy curveball we were not expecting. I'm just saying. But let's give a little bit behind the scenes thing. Let's give it up for the intimacy coordinators on these shows that
Absolutely.
choreograph these amazing scenes with these actors, making sure that everyone is comfortable and safe and that the storyline comes forward as it should. Because intimacy coordinators are not really given enough credit, but they do a lot of work. It's more than just choreographing the scene. And let me say that scene was steamy, it was hot, it was giving everything that it needed to give. And like I said, it's a juicy curveball that we just didn't expect, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, they was getting it in. I mean, I was like, damn, I mean, your boy was cocking the leg up, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Doodle was doing his dude. I see why Tracy is just so like locked in with this dude and she can't get away because Doodle be doing his thing. All right. Doodle be doing the do. All right. Doodle be doing the do. So yeah, so we find out that Q actually was working with the feds. He became a criminal informant. That's what Rosalind told Duda. That's why that whole interruption happened. And you know, he was just like, yeah, I knew he was like messed up. That's why he got out of jail so early. That's why Q got out of jail so early. So she's like, listen, you know, just as long as people don't find out that you actually took him out, then I think we straight. But she had to go see your boy Victor and make sure you're straight too, right? All right, let's get to it. Let's get down to this episode and why we going back and forth. That's right. We talking about the 420. All right. What did y'all think about Tiff and her attitude towards this? Like, she really wants to get away from Duda. She went to Trig, her and Rob and Cairo, and they talking about 6 months. It's going to take 6 months to really get to this permit so they can get another place. And Cairo's trying to warn her, like, yo, this is going to be dangerous. And she's like, I don't care. He's like, yo, why don't you talk to your man? She's like, he going to rock with me anyway. Like, that to me is very dangerous, right? So, like, Tika, what you think about that? Talk to me.
She's definitely sliding down a slippery slope.
Yeah.
This what she's doing could either end her up unalived or could end her up in prison. Like, you're doing too much. You need to actually listen. You shouldn't be going to your man talking about he's gonna do whatever I say he do. You know, like, calm down, girl. Like, y'all have time. It's either you're gonna do that and end up without your son.
Right.
And she claims she's the best mom. She's a good mom. Not if you want to do things the illegal way. So I hate it. I hope that she doesn't do something reckless and her and Rob end up having to go away.
Right. Yeah, it's dangerous, Nikki. Like, you know, for her to just kind of like be so gun-ho. What's up, Tamika's Den? I see you. For her to be so gun-ho, like, yo, I don't care. Like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get away. We already got the money. They got to get more money, though, right?
She's so locked in to only what she wants. And like Tika said, this can get her unalive, you know, or anyone close to her. She's not being strategic. Everyone knows who Duda is. And, you know, trying to get away from him when you're already locked into a deal with him, there's nothing good that's going to come out of it. And if you do it, you got to be strategic about what you're doing. You got to be smart about what you're doing. You have to be and most of all, you got to be quiet about what you're making in these streets. And that's why, you know, when she said, oh, my man he's going to rock with whatever I rock. I don't think Rob is going to rock like that with this.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I said, Rob is a thinker. He's strategic. And plus, he's got his own agenda trying to maneuver and find out what happened to his uncle concerning, you know, that whole situation too. So I just think she's a pump her brakes and slow down.
Yeah. She's so, but that's how she always been, right? When she make it up in her mind, she gonna push forward. Even we could take it back to last season when she thought that Emmett was, you know, messing with whoever, and she went over there with her little lingerie and try to come on to Emmett. Like, she'll just go laser focus on whatever it is, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? We know probably a lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? They just like, oh, I don't care. I don't care the consequence. I'm just going to do it because I want to do it, and it is what it is. But then it's like you causing people to possibly be unalived because you got this attitude like, hey, you know what, I don't care, right? So, you know, speaking of Emmett, let's talk about Emmett and this statement. This ain't Fresh Prince of Chicago. Like, he was on some like, yo, who gonna take care of the kids? Like, you know, and Keisha like, yo, I gotta go to work, B. Like, I'm a teacher now. You know what it is. You know, Tika, talk to me about this whole interaction. Again, you know, in my video, you heard me. I was like, yo, they playing house at this point, and there's nothing really planned out.
Yeah, I love that line. I absolutely love that line, but it was the truth. Like, you're already putting me, I'm in a bad situation as it is. I'm dealing with someone that you claim you don't think I should be dealing with. And now you're basically making all these other demands, and you're going to have me like go and request more of something from him, which is going to get me deeper and deeper into trouble with him. But my thing is this, at the end of all of this, okay, they figured out how the kids were going to get to school and all of that stuff. They did what they had to do. But then you see her hanging out with Tiff.
Right.
I'm like, you made this big old fuss just to go hang out with somebody that you just had an argument with a couple of, not even a whole other episode ago. Like, get your priorities straight.
Well, she ain't even worried about it because she's like, well, you're going to have to take care of the kids. You see what he did. I mean, he was going to the meeting with the men and he was like, hey, we got daycare. We'll take care of them. But so she wasn't worried about nothing. Her attitude was like, Emmett, you got this, right? Because I'm going to go to work and I'm going to hang out with the mother of your child. Like, again, the attitude is like, I don't care. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, you know, regardless of how you feel. And that's why I kind of feel a certain way about Emmett. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that. I know you mentioned the meeting with the men, right? The Chicago men. Again, I thought it was a great move. Shout out to Victor, the character who is, you know, Luke James plays Victor, right? And shout out to the writers. Shout out to Lena Waithe on this, because I think this was a topic. This was something that was needed because we as men need to talk about some serious stuff. We need to talk about our mental health. We need to talk with each other. We need to get each other together, help each other, you know, stand on our feet, you know, especially this guy, Shad. He going through it the most, right? He going through it the most and got caught up with Duda. So I want to know your reaction to that. Like, you know, he in the meeting was talking about, hey, you know what? I don't even feel sorry for y'all. Like, everything y'all doing, I want to do, you know? And he don't got a job. So, you know, Tika, talk to me about Shad's situation and the whole men's meeting and your thoughts about the meeting.
I was just like, okay, yeah, that's your truth, but dang, Shad, humble yourself. Remember where you just came from. Remember the fact that you were behind bars and now you're free. Stop being so, making it as if McDonald's or those lower paying jobs are beneath you. You got to start somewhere. How about using one of those low end jobs to fund your dream? But he's too stuck on feeling sorry for himself. I can't get this job. I've been, you know, because I have a felony and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, grow up. Put your big man drawers on and grow up. Those people who are in that room collectively, they are where they are because they had to start somewhere. They started from the bottom and now they're at a whole other level. So I just wanted Rashad just to just stop complaining. Like figure it out. I'm glad that the guys are there to talk to him, to talk him through what he needs to hear. Give him what he needs to hear, but be real with him.
Yeah, I mean, in his defense, I kind of feel like, you know, he lost time being locked up. And his boys, you know, when he came out, like Victor wasn't where he was when he came out. Victor was still running the streets when he came out. But then he just elevated from last season to this season. And to watch that happen and you still kind of stuck in the same place has him feeling the way he does. You know what I'm saying? Not that he ain't being a man. I think he's trying to do it just in his own way. Everybody does it in their own way. And I agree with you. He needs to start somewhere, right? Start at McDonald's, start at Smokey, start at somewhere. But again, when you see your friends and you see your boys like elevate like that, it motivates you to do your own thing. Now, he needs the funds. He needs the business plan. He needs, everything. And we're going to talk about that in the Grown Man Talk as well. Nikki, your reaction, Shad, the whole meeting with the men.
Definitely something that was needed. Remember, like we talked about before, you saw Shad's answer when they were talking about therapy. He was like, man, Jesus is my therapist. How we say in our community, that's kind of taboo to talk to someone, to go to a therapist, to really make sure that your mental health is on point. We're getting better at it. I think we still have a ways to go. But as long as we do things like this, like what Victor is getting together and surrounding men in a safe space where they can say whatever they need to say, however they feel, lay it on the line, cry, get it out, whatever, that's still a safe space. And I think that's something definitely our men really, really need, because our men, as you know, being a man, they've been taught to be strong, don't cry, don't show any emotion, don't do this, don't do that. And you still have to have healthy emotion. And that's why some of our men are crying inside and dying inside, and so not on point with their mental health, because they've had to mask so many things and suppress so many things, and then go out into the world and have to deal with that, and then still come at home and sometimes deal with things at home as well too. So there's really no escape. So this whole thing, I feel, is really a beautiful escape for them, if you want to put it that way, to be able to just come together, commune together, be real with each other, lay your feelings out, and not be looked upon or judged any type of way for feeling how you feel and saying what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of y'all coming from a genuine place as far as the care and the mental health for men, of course, and speaking as a man and as a Black man. Yes, I'm Black. As a Black man, there's certain pressures and certain things that we are taught at a young age. We're taught not to cry. We're taught to buck up. We're taught not to express our emotions. So for this meeting to happen, it's definitely necessary, because there's probably years of pent up, pressure and just like emotions that have never been expressed before. So to have this outlet, that's what we need. You said paradise, I call it an outlet. You need an outlet to get it out. Some people, outlet in music, or outlet in dance like you, Nikki, or outlet in, whatever it is, writing, whatever it is. And when brothers don't have that outlet, then that's when they explode. That's when it becomes, criminal. That's when it becomes physical. That's when it becomes abusive. So yeah, look out for that, fam. We're going to go into all of that with the brothers. This is a great talk with my sisters, and I appreciate y'all expressing your thoughts on it as well. But definitely look out for that Grown Man Talk coming real soon. We're going to get it done, and definitely look out for that real soon. All right. I felt that the meeting needed to be a little bit longer, but I know they needed to take a break. Maybe next episode they might come back and talk about a little bit more. I hope that happens, but definitely, the Grown Man Talk that I'm going to record with the brothers, it was inspired by this. So we could talk about some things and talk about how we need to be, better leaders, better men, step up in our communities, and really, we're going to talk about a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, it's going to be dope though. It's going to be dope. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some laughs and all of that. All right. All right. What else we need to talk about?
Real quick, Jay, I'm sorry. Real quick.
Yeah.
I salute you guys for being willing to do this. A lot of people are so stuck on trying to be better than the other person. But I salute you all, whoever joins you and is a part of your team that does this Grown Man Talk. I salute y'all, because that takes a lot of everything, a lot of grit, a lot of strength to be able to sit and actually have a conversation with other men. And you never know what is going to come out of it. And again, I salute you, but y'all are definitely going to help somebody that you don't even know. You're going to reach, at least, even if it's just one person. You guys are on a mission, and I salute y'all for being willing to do that. So
appreciate that, Teak. Yeah, it's you said it right there. It takes a lot of guts, a lot of bravery, because you have to. We are going to have a conversation. We're going to have to be vulnerable about certain things. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things we probably not going to expose because this is on YouTube, right? But possibly our personal experience is going to be exposed, and just like you said, hopefully we're trying to just touch whoever. But this conversation is needed, and hopefully you ladies will learn something as well that you might not have known before. You know what I'm saying? Because we're here to educate. We're here to use this platform to help each other. I know it's entertainment. We're going to always entertain. We're always going to have fun, but then it's going to come back to, okay, what are we really doing to help each other, to help our community? What are we really doing to raise these young boys to become young men? We're going to talk about gender transitioning too. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Okay, it's going to be pretty deep. So look out for that. Look out for that. All right, family. Last but not least, I mean, or is there anything else? Anything else that you guys want to touch on? I don't know. Did we touch on everything? What did I miss? Bakari Lene, yeah, we know about that. How I think you mentioned it, Nikki. I think you mentioned it, or maybe you didn't. But how Darnell, right? You mentioned him saying that he still needed to protect Emmett. But let's talk about the whole strap, right? What's wrong with you, man? You putting it in the bottom drawer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need that. You don't know how to handle that strap, right? You know, like, yeah, talk to me, nigga.
100% irresponsible. And it's kind of like that moment where, when we think we were grown at a certain age, and then our parents still had to come behind us and clean up the mess that we made, but you think you're grown. That was that type of situation. It's like, he really can't afford to make mistakes like that because he has and he has young children in the home. And that's why he checked him, who would put it, he was like, that was you? Yeah, that was me. He was like, I don't need your, but you need my protection still, clearly. And I know that probably stung for Emmett as a man, but it was a real, because he's also a father too. So now he needs to go back and think, if this were his son, any one of his kids, what would he do?
Right.
He could go in that night saying if they did something the same and pull the strap out and go hide and take it and do whatever with it, so that it's not in a place where anybody can get a hold of it and anything could happen. So Darnell, even though he was not the father that he should have been to him before, he's being the father that he needs right now.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Tika, your reaction to that?
Yeah, it was definitely a very necessary conversation that Darnell needed to have with Emmett. Again, it was very irresponsible, especially considering the fact that he has little EJ who does everything that he sees and hears. He was just cursing. They was just having a moment trying to get him to, trying to talk about, keeping him from cursing because he may go to school and do it. What if he take that blicky and take it to school and something happened? You know what I mean? Because little EJ is very impressionable. So it was necessary. And I think it opened Emmett's mind. At least I hope it did. It made him a little bit more aware of, hey, if I have a blicky in my house, I'm not putting it in that lower part because my little one can actually get to it. So it was definitely a much needed conversation between Darnell. And I don't care how old you get, you're never too old to get information or advice from your father. So if you got one, take it. Positive.
Yeah, absolutely. I was more so impressed with the fact that Darnell said he gave you that strap, and the wisdom of Darnell is to say there's probably some bodies connected to that strap. And that's really, I was like, yo.
Did I not say that the last couple episodes? I said,
Darnell, yeah, we've been saying it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think everybody has been like figuring that out, that's the same strap that took out Q and whoever else. So for Darnell, I'm impressed with Darnell. He's like, yo, I used to run these streets, so So yes, he is being the strong father now. And I think him doing what he did, dropping the ball, not being able to handle the relationship, not being there for Emmett when he was younger, I think right now is the most important time for him to be the father, because Emmett is a father, because Emmett is trying to be the leader of his family. So I think this is the most important time. Not saying that when he was young, it wasn't important. You know what I'm saying? Because I can remember, and again, I'm going to talk about this on the Grown Man Talk. I can remember myself being young and my father being in my life, being an active father in my life. And I'm walking behind him at the age of 4, and I'm trying to walk exactly like him. He had he would walk with his feet out. You know what I'm saying? So I would try to walk exactly like him and talk exactly like him. So that part, I understand why Emmett feels the way he does. But now in this time where Duda's in his life and there's danger going on, and now you got the grandkids involved and got Keisha involved, like he gonna need Darnell more so than ever. You know what I'm saying? More so than ever. Yes, what was that Slim Bait? Yeah, we gonna get to that. That's the last but not least. We're gonna get to that. You know, let's talk about Pastor Jackson. Listen, you know, Duda went up in there talking about, want to make a donation, pulled out the strap, like, you gonna take this money. And then he does his sermon. And I don't know, this is the whole God against the devil thing, you know what I'm saying? And he's saying in the sermon that, hey, we got to get this devil out of my city, out of our city. As soon as he said out of the city, we know exactly who Pastor was talking about, and so did Duda. And Duda said, what? Take care of him. Nuck said, say less. With his little beret on. Like, what are you doing with a little beret? Like, what is he in the French army? What the heck is that beret? Anyway, talk to me about your reaction, Tika. Let's start with you.
Listen, you know, I posted on your video. This man, the devil, just literally put a big hit out on Papa Stanley. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Pastor Stanley, Pastor Jackson, be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Watch your back. It didn't surprise me. Duda does not accept no. He does not accept no. I don't care who it comes from. You're either going to do it by choice or you're going to do it by force. And so, I'm hoping it's not what it is, but looking like the hit has been set in place. So,
yeah, Nikki on the beat. Like, is it gonna be Pastor that's in this coffin? Because it's leading towards that. I think they're trying to make us think that, but
it could go a different way. That would be a bit more sink your teeth into it on the storyline. We all don't want it to go that way. You know, we love Papa and we love his father as well too. So, but that sermon was extremely personal. It was very direct. It wasn't even a sermon. I'm just gonna say it was a direct conversation from one to another. That was a direct conversation. He said what he said, he meant what he said, and that's what he said. Wow. So I don't want it to be, it's making me nervous, but it could go either way. Yeah.
It could go either way. It could go either way. Family, drop your comments below. Is it going to be Pastor in the coffin? Is it going to be Papa, right, trying to save his Papa? Is it going to be Bakari? Because Bakari knows that Duda's really going after Pastor, right? Who is going to be in that coffin? I've been asking this since we started, right? I've seen that coffin. I'm like, who's going to be in the coffin? Who's going to be taken out? You guys drop your comments below. Let us know what's going down. But they ended the episode with that right there. So great way to end the episode. I think this next episode, something is going to happen. Something has to, like, again, we're at what? We're going on 5, right? So we're going on 5. I think they're going to hold out. It's going to be 8 episodes, right? 8 episodes. So we're going on 5. We got 3 more after that. I think they're going to hold out with this whole unalivement. Okay. I think they're going to hold out. They're going to stretch it as far as they can stretch it. You know what I mean? But next week, this coming Friday, we're talking about going to the prom. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. Again, guys, watch my What's Next video. It's going to be crazy. And I'm looking forward to, how they figure out the whole Maisha and Kevin situation, the Kavisha situation. Okay. I don't think anybody's going to be unalived in this one, but I think some stuff is going to be revealed. So look out, check that video out, family. And yeah, let's do some shout outs before we get up out of here. Let's do some shout outs first and then let us know exactly what's going on. Let's start off with you, Nikki on the beat. Give your shout outs to whoever you want to give a shout out. And then, you can let us know what's next for you.
Yes. So actually, when we are done tonight, I actually have a photo shoot. I'm dropping something this week.
Oh,
It's major.
okay.
It's amazing. Super excited. Just finished that industry intensive workshop last week that we did. Going back
Right.
again, actually set some choreography on them. It's always good to get back, but it's. I love the fact that they were soaking up everything that we all were giving them. I mean, really, really hungry for what this industry is really like, because what they see on social media is one thing, but how it really is not really what it is. And they were so open. It's like soaking everything up like sponges. So I definitely will be doing more of that in the next few weeks too.
Okay. That's what's up. Tika Deshawn, all things ruthless. What's going down on your channel? 1 million shows. I already know 1 million shows.
First of all, I want to just shout out to my squad who held me down through my moments. Shout out to VACAY-JayTV. Shout out to my girl EJ the TV Junkie. Y'all held me down. I went through something, and I appreciate y'all for being there for me. That's my shout out. With that, I also we will have All the Queens Men. I think we got episode 8, which may be taking a mid-season break. So we gonna party up on this thing. Make sure y'all tap in on Sundays, Virtual Club Eden, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me, your girl Tika Deshawn, as well as EJ the TV Junkie, and our club friends, y'all, our virtual club friends. Again, the All the Queens Men recap, the Team-Up recap, and then there's this movie with Jasmine Brown, or this show with Jasmine Brown on BT Plus. I got to talk about it. I'm looking for a partner. Anybody want to talk about it? Call me, text me, message me. It's real crazy. So that's about it. And thank you, Jay, for putting this thing together today. It was amazing.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, ladies. Family, make sure you follow these incredible ladies here. They're close and dear and near to my heart. I appreciate y'all for coming on. Absolutely love and appreciate your thoughts, your opinions. I appreciate y'all. You already know. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for being here. What's going on next? Again, look out for that Grown Man Talk video. We're actually going to record it, and then we're going to leak out some stuff. It's going to be for members only, VIP, VACAY VIP. So make sure you join the channel so you can see that live discussion. See the discussion first, and then we're going to release it to the public. So that's how we're going to do things on VACAY-Jay. The members only, we're going to give it to y'all first, and then everybody else will see it, right? What we got coming up next? Listen, we got Power Book 4 Forces coming. We probably going to come back on Thursday. Again, Nikki, you're more than happy to come on through, and EJ and everybody, we're going to talk about our predictions for episode 1 for Force. Okay. And then, of course, we got the whole Raising Kanan coming. That's going to be like a couple months down. But yeah, right now, it's going to be about the Force. It's going to be about Force. Okay. So look out for the predictions, the anticipation, the recaps, the what's next. I'm excited. We getting these powers back, so you know how we do, fam. We know how we do, fam. All right. Listen, ladies, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Thank you once again. We're at 9K, family. We're approaching 9.5. We're approaching 10. So definitely do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe to these ladies. On my page, on my channel, go all the way down to the bottom. You'll see other great channels, and you'll see Tika Deshawn, All Things Ruthless. You'll see Nikki on the Beat. You'll see EJ. Subscribe to all those channels on there. Absolutely. We support each other. Ladies, I love you. I appreciate you. And on behalf of the ladies, I am VACAY-Jay, and this is VACAY-Jay and Friends. Till next time, salute.